Namaste everyone. So I'm going to read Book 1, Chapter 5 on the narrative of Hayagriva. Om Vakratuna Mahakaya Kuti Surya Samaprabhani Deviganam Kumira Sarvakaya Sushava Om Ekadantai Vim Vakratunai Vinudanti Pracholyad Om Ekadantai Vim Vakratunai Vinudanti Pracholyad Om Gam Ganapatin Om Gam Ganapatin Om Gam Ganapatin Om Guru Brahma Guru Vishnu Guru Deva Maheshwara Guru Sakshat Brahma Tasmai Shri Guru Vedama Yadivi Sarvabhuteshu Vidyarabhinna Sanshita Namaste Se Namaste Se Namaste Se Om Hamsa Hamsa Vimi Paramam Saidim Hamsa Vishwara Om Saraswati Om Saraswati Om Saraswati Nama Hari Om Tat Sat. Chapter 5 on the narrative of Hayagriva. The Rishi said, O Sutta, our minds are merged in the sea of doubt, hearing this most wonderful saying, surprising to the whole world. The head of Janardhan Madhava, the Lord of all, was severed out of his body, and he was afterwards known as Hayagriva, the horse-faced. Oh, what more wonder can there be than this? Whom the Vedas ever praise, all the devas rest on whom? Who is the cause of all causes? The Adi Deva Jagannath, the Lord of the universe. Oh, how is it that his head came to be severed? O highly intelligent one, describe all this to me in detail. Sutta said, O Munis, hear all attentively the glorious deeds of the supremely energetic Vishnu, the Deva of the Devas. Once on a time, the eternal Deva Janardana became tired after the terrible continuous battle for 10,000 years. After this, the Lord Narayana seated himself on Padmasan, a kind of posture, in some lovely place on a level plot of ground, and placing his head on the front of his bow, with the bow strung and placed erect on the ground, fell fast asleep. Vishnu, the Lord of Rama, was exceedingly tired, and thus he fell soon into deep sleep. At this time, Indra and the other devas, with Brahma and Mahesa, began a sacrifice. They then, for the sake of success in Deva's will, went to the region of Vaikunta to meet with the Deva Janardana, the Lord of sacrifices. There the Devas, not finding Vishnu, came to know by their dhyan, meditation, where Bhagavan Vishnu was staying, and thither they went. They saw that the Lord Vishnu, the Deva of the Devas, was lying unconscious, being under the arms of Yoga Nidra, the yogic sleep. Therefore they took their seats there. Seeing the Lord of the universe asleep, Brahma, Rudra, and the other Devas became anxious. Indra then addressed the Devas, O best of the Suras, now what is to be done? How shall we rouse Bhagavan from his sleep? Now think of the means by which this can be effected. Hearing Indra's words, Shambhu said, O good Devas, now we must finish our sacrificial work. But if the sleep of Bhagavan be disturbed, he would get angry. Hearing Sankara's words, Paramesti Brahma created Vamri, insects, a sort of white ants, so that they might eat up the forepart of the bow that was lying on the ground, causing the other end rise up and thus break his sleep. Thus the Deva's purpose will no doubt be fulfilled. Thus, settling his mind, the eternal Deva Brahma ordered the white ants, Vamris, to cut the bowstring. Hearing this order of Brahma, Vamri spoke to Brahma thus, O Brahman, how can I disturb the sleep of the Deva, Lord of Lakshmi, the world Guru, to rouse one from one's deep sleep, to interrupt one in one's speech, to sever the love between a couple, husband and wife, to separate a child from one's mother. All these are equivalent to Brahmahatya, murdering a Brahmin. Therefore, O Deva, how can I interrupt the happiness of sleep of the Deva? And what benefit shall I derive by eating the bowstring, so that I may incur this vicious act. But a man can commit a sin if there be any interest of this. I am ready to eat this, if I get a personal interest. Brahma said, we will give you too share of this our yajna, sacrifice. So hear me, do our work and rouse Vishnu from his sleep. During the time of performing Homa, whatever ghee will fall outside the Homa Kund, the sacrificial pit, will fall to your share. So be quick and do this. Sutta said, thus ordered by Brahma, the Vamari insect soon ate away the forend of the bow that rested on the ground. Immediately the string gave way and the bow went up, the other end became free, and a terrible sound took place. The Devas became afraid, the whole universe got agitated, the earth trembled, the sea became swollen, the aquatic animals became startled. Violent wind blew, the mountains shook, ominous meteors fell, the quarters assumed a terrific aspect. The sun went down the horizon. In that time of distress, the Devas became anxious what evil might come down. O ascetics, while the Devas were thus cogitating, the head with crown on it of the Deva Vishnu vanished away. Nobody knew where it fell. When the awful darkness disappeared, Brahma and Mahadeva saw the disfigured body of Vishnu with its head off. Seeing that headless figure, Vishnu, they were greatly surprised. They were drowned in the ocean of cares and overwhelmed with grief, began to weep aloud, O Lord, O Master, O Deva, O Eternal One, what unforeseen, extraordinary mishap occurred to us today? O Deva, thou canst not be pierced, nor cut asunder, nor capable of being burnt. How is it then that thy head has been taken away? It is this Maya magic of some Deva, O all-pervading one. O all-pervading one, the Devas cannot live when thy condition is thus. We do not know what affection dost thou have towards us. We are crying because of our selfish ends. Perhaps this, therefore, has occurred. The Dechas, Yakshas, or Rakshasas have not done this. O Lord of Lakshmi, whose fault we will ascribe to this? The Devas themselves have committed this loss to themselves. O Lord of the Devas are now dependent. They are under thee. Now, where are we to go? What are we to do? There is none to save this dull, stupid Devas. At this juncture, seeing Shiva and the other Devas crying, Brihaspati, supremely versed in the Vedas, console them thus. O highly fortunate one, what use there will be in thus crying and repenting? It ought you now to consider the means that you should adopt to redress your calamities. O Lord of the Devas, fate and one's own exertion and intelligence are equal. If the success comes not through fate, luck or chance, one is certainly to show one's prowess and merit. Indra said, fee to your exertion when before our eyes the head of Bhagavan Vishnu himself has been carried off. Fee to your prowess and intelligence. Fate is, in my opinion, the supreme. Brahma said, whatever auspicious or inauspicious is ordained, Deva, fate, everyone must bear that. No one can go beyond the Deva. When one has taken up a body, one must experience pleasure and pain. There is no manner of doubt in this. See in long past days, by the irony of fate, Shambhu severed my head. His generative organ too dropped down through curse. Similarly, Hari's head has today fallen into the salt ocean. By the influence of time, Indra, the lord of Sachi, has had 1,000 genital marks all over his body, was expelled from heaven, and had to live in the Manas Sarovar, in the lotuses, and had to suffer many other miseries. O glorious one, when such personages have suffered pains, then who else is there in the world that does not suffer? So you all cease sorrows and meditate on the eternal Mahamaya, who is the mother of all, who is supporter of all, who is the nature of Brahmavidya, the supreme knowledge, and who is beyond the gunas, who is the prime Prakriti, and who pervades the three lokas, the whole universe, moving and unmoving. She will dispense our welfare. Sutta said, thus saying to the Devas, Brahma ordered all the Vedas that were incarnate there in their forms for the successful issue of the Devas' work. Brahma said, O Vedas, now go on and chant hymns to the sacred highest Devi Mahamaya, who is Brahmavidya, who brings all issues to their successful issues, who is hidden in all forms. Hearing his words, the all-beautiful Vedas began to chant hymns to Mahamaya, who can be comprehended by Gyan, and who pervades the world. The Vedas said, obeisance to the Devi, to the Mahamaya, to the auspicious one, to the creatrix of the universe. We bow down to thee, who is beyond the gunas, the ruler of all beings. O Mother, thou givest to Shankara even his desires. Thou art the reciprocal of all the things. Thou art the prana of all the living beings. Thou art Buddhi, Lakshmi, wealth, Shubha, Shama, forgiveness, Shanti, peace, Shraddha, faith, Meda, intellect, Dhriti, fortitude, and Smriti, recollection. Thou art the Vindu over the Pranava, Om, and thou art of the nature of semi-moon. Thou art Gayatri, thou art Vyarhiti, thou art Jaya, Vijaya, Dhatri, the supportress, Lajja, modesty, Kriti, fame, Icha, will, and Daya, mercy in all beings. O Mother, thou art the merciful mother of the three worlds. Thou art the adorable, auspicious Vidya, knowledge, benefiting all the lokas. Thou destroyest the universe, and thou skillfully recedest, hidden in the Vija mantras. Therefore, we are praising thee, O Mother, Brahma, Vishnu, Maheswara, Indra, Surya, Fire, Saraswati, and other regions of the universe are all thy creation, so none of them is superior to thee. Thou art the mother of all the things, moving and non-moving. O Mother, when thou dost will to create this visible universe, thou createst first Brahma, Vishnu, and Maheshwara, and makest them create, preserve, and destroy this universe, but thou remainest quite unattached to the world. Even thou remainest constant in thy one form. No one in this universe is able to know thy nature, nor there is anybody who can enumerate thy names. How can he promise to jump across the illimitable ocean? Who cannot jump across an ordinary well? O Bhagavati, no one amongst the Devas even knows particularly thy endless power and glory. Thou art alone the Lady of the universe and the Mother of the world. The Vedas all bear testimony how thou alone hast created all this unreal and fleeting universe, O Devi. Thou, without any effort and having no desires, hast become the cause of this visible world, thyself remaining unchanged. This is a great wonder. We cannot conceive this combination of contrary varieties in one. O Mother, how can we understand thy power unknown to all the Vedas, even when thou thyself dost not know thy nature? We are bewildered at this. O mother, it is that thou dost know nothing about the falling off of the Vishnu's head, or knowingly thou wanted to examine Vishnu's prowess. It is that Hari incurred any heinous sin? How can that be? Where is sin to thy followers who serve thee? O mother, why art thou so much indifferent to the Devas? It is a great wonder that the head of Vishnu is severed. Really, we are merged in great misfortunes. Thou art clever in removing the sorrows of thy devotees. Why art thou delaying in fixing again the head of Vishnu's body? O Devi, it is that thou, taking offense on the gods, hast cast that on Vishnu. Or was it that Vishnu became proud, and to curb that, thou hast played thus? Or is it that the Dechas, having suffered defeat from Vishnu, went and practiced severe tapasya in some beautiful holy place, and have got some boons, and so Vishnu's head has thus fallen off? Or is it, O Bhagavati, that thou wert very eagerly interested to see Vishnu's headless body, and therefore thou hast seen thus? O Prime Force, it is that thou art angry on the daughter of the Sindhu Ocean, Lakshmi Devi. Else, why hast thou deprived her of her husband? Lakshmi is born as part of thine. So thou oughtest to forgive her offense. Therefore dost thou gladdened her by giving back her husband's life. The principal devas engaged in thy sacrifice always make their pranams bow down to thee. O Devi, best thou kind enough and make alive the Deva Vishnu, the Lord of all, and crosses us across this ocean of sorrows. O mother, we cannot make out anything whatsoever where Hari's head has gone. We have no other protectress than thee who canst give back his life. O Devi, dost thou give life to the whole world as the nectar gives life to all the devas? Suta said, thus praised by the Vedas with their angas, with samaganas, the songs from the Samaveda, the Nirguna Maheswari Devi Maha Maya became pleased. Then the auspicious voice came to them from the heavens, gladdening all and pleasing to the ears, though no form was seen. O Suras, do not care anything about it. You are immortal. What fear can you have? Come to your senses. I am very much pleased by the praise sung by the Vedas. There is no doubt in this. Amongst men, whoever will read this my stotra with devotion will get all what he desires. Whoever will hear this devotedly during the 3 sandhyas will lie freed from troubles and become happy. When the stotra has been sung by the Vedas, it is equivalent to the Vedas. Does anything take place in this world without any cause? Now hear why Hari's head was cut off. Once on a time, seeing the beautiful face of his dear wife, Lakshmi Devi, Hari laughed in presence of her. At this, Lakshmi Devi came to understand that he has seen surely something ugly in my face, and therefore he laughed. Otherwise, why my husband would laugh at seeing me? But what reason can there be to see ugliness in my face after so long a time? And why shall he laugh without seeing something ugly, without any cause? Or it may be he has made some other beautiful woman as my co-wife. Thus arguing variously in her mind, Mahalakshmi gradually got angry and Tamoguna slowly possessed her. Then, by turn of fate, in order that God's work might be completed, very fierce Tamas Shakti entered into her body. She got very angry and slowly said, "Let thy head fall off." Thus, owing to feminine nature and the destiny of Bhagavan, Lakshmi cursed without any thought of good or bad, causing her own suffering by the Tamasi Shakti possessing her. She thought that a co-wife could be more painful than her widowhood, and thus she cursed him. Falsehood, vain boldness, craftiness, stupidity, impatience, overgreediness, impurity, and harshness are the natural qualities of woman. Owing to that curse, the head of Vasudeva has fallen into the salt ocean. Now I will fix the head on his body as before. O Sura Satamas, there is another cause also regarding this affair that will bring you great success. In ancient days, a famous Daitya named Hayagriva practiced severe tapasya on the bank of the Saraswati River, abandoning all sorts of enjoyments, with control over his senses and without any food. The Daitya did japam of the repeated one-syllabled Maye Vija mantra and meditating the form of the utmost Shakti of mind, adorned with all ornaments, practiced very terrible austerities for 1,000 years. I too went to the place of austerities in my tamasi form, meditated by the Daitya and appeared before him. There, seated on the lion's back, feeling compassion for his tapasya, I spoke to him. O glorious one, O one of good vows, I have come to grant boon to thee. Hearing the words of the Devi, the Daitya instantly got up and, falling down with devotion at her feet, circumambulated her. Looking at my form, his large eyes became cheerful with feelings of love and filled with tears. Shedding tears, then he began to chant hymns to me. Hayagriva said, Obeisance to Devi Mahamaya. I bow down to thee, the creatrix, the preserver, and the destructrix of the universe, skilled in shewing favour to thy devotees, giver of the devotees' desires, obeisance to thee. O thou, the giver of liberation, O thou, the auspicious one, I bow down to thee. Thou art the cause of the 5 elements, earth, water, fire, air, and akasa. Thou art the cause of form, taste, smell, sound, and touch. O Maheswari, the 5 Janindriyas, organs of perception, eyes, ears, nose, tongue, and skin, and the 5 organs of action, Karmendriyas, hands, feet, speech, arms, and the organ of generation are all created by thee. The Devi said, O child, I am very much satisfied with your wonderful tapasya and devotion. Now say, what boon do you want? I will give you the boon that you desire. Hayagriva said, O mother, grant me the boon by which death will not come to me, and I be invincible by the Suras and Asuras. I may be a yogi and immortal, the Devi said. The Devi said, death brings in birth, and birth brings in death. This is inevitable. This order of things is extant to this world. Never its violation takes place. O best of the Rakshasas, thus knowing death sure, think in your mind and ask another boon. Hayagriva said, O mother of the universe, if it be that thou art not willing at all to grant me immortality, then grant me this boon, that my death may not occur from any other than from one who is horse-faced. Be merciful and grant me this boon that I desire. O highly fortunate one, go home and govern your kingdom at your ease. Death won't occur to you from any other beings than from one who is horse-faced. Thus granting the boon, the Devi vanished. Becoming very glad on getting this boon, Hayagriva went to his residence. Since then, the wicked Daitya is troubling very much all the Devas and Munis. There is none in the 3 worlds to kill him. So let Vishwakarma take a horse's head and fix it on the headless body of Vishnu. Then Bhagavan Hayagriva will slay the vicious wicked Asura for the good of the Devas. Suta said, thus speaking to the Devas, Bhagavati Sarvani remained silent. The Devas became very glad and spoke this to Vishvakarma. Kindly do this Deva work and fix Vishnu's head. He will become Hayagriva and kill the indomitable Danava. Suta said, hearing these words, Vishvakarma quickly cut off with his axe the head of a horse, brought it before the Devas and fixed it on the headless body of Vishnu. By the grace of Mahamaya, Bhagavan became horse-faced or Hayagriva. Then, a few days after, Bhagavan, Hayagriva killed that proud Danava, the Deva's enemy, by sheer force. Any man hearing this excellent anecdote becomes freed certainly of all sorts of difficulties. Hearing or reading Mahamaya's glorious deeds, pure and sin-destroying, gives all sorts of wealth. Thus ends the 5th chapter of the first skanda on the description of the narrative of Hayagriva in the Maha Purana Srimad Devi Bhagavatam of 18,000 verses. Om Jayanti Mangalakari Bhadrakali Kapalini Durga Kashmashi Vedati Swaha Swadha Namaste. Om Tuya Mata Chapita Tumi Vatuna Bandusha Chasakatu Tuma Vidya Dravinam Tumi Tuya Sarvam Mama Deva Deva. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.